What's up, guys? This is your Out Here for the Team Fantasy Football League Commissioner Cody. We're here with your first round playoffs recap, and we're going to do your second round of playoffs preview as well. I figured that I could do two videos, or I could just slam them all into one, because why not? There's four matchups to review and then two matchups to preview. So I just figured it's like the review power rankings, except it's less teams and whatever. I'm just out here for the team, trying to think ahead. Hello, you were all over my feet. Anyway, it's been a rough slide in the playoffs here for some folks. 4 teams survive. 4 teams fall behind, eliminated from the playoffs. So we'll start off with your first seed, Phil, versus your 8th seed in the playoffs. Not power rankings. These are actual seeds based on real-life fantasy football. Phil breaks the all-time weekly record for most points in a week with 262.01 points. Shout out to Phil. Woo! Let's go, Phil. Kyle puts up 168.54 points. Kyle was super hot leading into the playoffs. His first 200-point game right at week 13. He did face a juggernaut named Phil. He does put up a solid 168 points. However, the only accomplishment he has this week is he managed to make sure he didn't lose by 100, which is crazy to say with 160 points. Shout out to Phil. Crazy week for you, my friend. Just trying to see here. I might as well just hold over. Maybe not. I don't know. I said I was gonna do more in depth on the recaps. Phil's tale is pretty. Tell of the tale. Excuse me. I don't know the phrase off the top of my head. I guess. Led the way with Aaron Rodgers, 46.8 points. A solid pick this year. What a underdog of the year pick. I feel like people were turning him away. Then followed up by a 30-point outing from David Montgomery, and Patrick Mahomes only has 27.07 points. You know what I mean? He still had three other guys outscore him. Kelsey outscored him. Allen Robinson outscored him. Mike Davis outscored him. His lowest point total was Greg the Leg. He had 14 points. Nobody scored less than 14 points. The defense put up 17.84. And even looking at the bench here, I mean, fortunately for Kyle, he left some points on the bench. Jeez Louise. Jalen Hurts put up more points than Mahomes. Not that you would ever start, Hurts over Mahomes. Jeez Louise. AJ Green had 18.2 points. Brandon Ayuk had 23.15 on his bench. Bob Tonyan, 14.6. You know what I mean? I mean, everybody put up points on his team, bench or not. Just a crazy week for Phil. Unfortunately for Kyle, he had a solid week. Everybody put up a solid 12 to 22 points, except for his kicker, obviously. Not obviously, but put up. Oh wait, that was his projections. I got all confused on the numbers here. My fault. Either way, led the way by Baker Mayfield, 40 point. Yeah, 39.8. What? Hello. I know. You don't need me to watch you eat. You can eat. I did feed him. I don't neglect my cat. Do you want to come up here? Fine. Come here. Hello. You want to be on screen? What's the matter? Come here. Hello. Come here. Okay, so back to, as I was saying before, or you can just leave. Phil Rivers with 26.66 points. Baker Mayfield led the way with 39.87. Nick Chubb with a solid 28.55 points. Kenyon Drake with 19.75. It's just, it was a disappointing outing for Kyle this week. And not even that it was a disappointing outing. I mean, Deebo Samuel only put up 1.15 points. But it's just more along the lines of just, a solid 168-point outing. Shout out to Kyle for, being good, consistent at the end and deserving that ace playoff seed. But it was real close. I'm not real close. It just was a little too much to handle, I should say. Kind of just rambling at this point. But yeah, that's a solid recap of Phil versus Kyle. Moving on, we'll do. Let me look at the playoff bracket. I don't know how to do that. Forgive me as I am figuring this out. Not figuring out. I know what I'm doing. I'm just hoping that it works. No way, it's slowing down. Stop. Playoff bracket. Whoop de doo. Whoop whoop. Bro, you didn't want to. I'm not gonna go watch. You don't need me to watch you eat, bro. Pardon me, my cat seems to want to act like a child today. I'm looking over at the number 2 seed, Liam, versus number 7 seed, Scott. Looking here, what's going on here. Liam comes out victorious, 191.76 points to Scott's 157.06. Unfortunately for Scott, it just was a rough year with injuries. He had a great team on paper, dominated the beginning of the season, hung on for a playoff spot, and just unfortunately just had some bad luck against a solid team Liam put together. Liam's known for putting together some solid teams, as he has won a championship before. What do you want, bro? Hello. Okay, I'm not doing this with you. But yeah, shout out to Liam for putting together another solid roster again this year, taking care of business with Scott. Led the way with Derrick Henry. Jesus, it's Derrick Henry's time of year, playoff fantasy football time of year. 43.7 points. Bro, come here. What are you doing? Come here. Hello. He's like a child. Hello. What are you doing? Are you good? What are you doing? Come here. Oh, you just want me to hold you. Okay, I can hold you, but you need to just chill. With another solid outing from Kareem Hunt finally showing up. Chiefs defense a solid 21.62 points. Ryan Tannehill with another 24. I mean, he just put together a solid string of points here. Even though his kicker put up 1 point. Let's not talk about kickers. We'll get into kickers, don't you worry. Hello, come here, come on this side. Or just jump down. But yeah, shout out to Liam for putting up a solid, 191.76 points on Scott. As we'll move the camera over. Led the way by Derek Carr with 37.09 points. James Robinson only put up 15, as he's always putting up 20 or more usually. Calvin Ridley showed up for Scott, 27.4. Austin Eckler with 26.35, coming back from injury. It's nice to see him back. I have him this week. I believe he just played in this game in a different league. Hello, my son. I know you're upset with me. It's fine. Matt Ryan put up an okay game, 24 points. Zeke. Oh no, that was his projection. I got myself sidetracked there. Jeez Louise. Just gonna put my hand there so I can just look. Matt Ryan with a disappointing 11.61 points. You can clearly see where Scott missed out. Frank Gore with 4.1. Mike Evans with 8.6. Let's remember that Scott traded Miles Sanders for Mike Evans, and I don't know what the point total would have been. I don't know if it would have made any difference, and it's just a fun fact to note. But I believe Miles Sanders put up some solid points this week of fantasy football last week. I don't even know if that made any sense, but it's just I don't know why you wouldn't have stayed running back heavy. I would have, but Scott, you know what you're doing. You are reigning defending back-to-back champion. Hello, you want to fight? We can fight later. But unfortunately, it just didn't pan out for you. Looking at your bench here, Nelson Aguilar, I know you were thinking about. Even your Cardinals defense would have bailed you out there. Unfortunately, it just didn't happen. I know you were saying you were right there on the edge of, making a decision, and unfortunately, it didn't work out for you. Even on Liam's bench, he had 16.3 from Hawkinson. J.D. McKissick put up 13 points. So even if you replace some of those, like Gio Bernard and stuff like that, he still would have put up some solid points. Either way, shout out to Scott for being our back-to-back defending champion. It is a pleasure being your commissioner and your previous championship defeat. I've come to terms with it. Number one in our hearts, most championships in the league so far. We do have a couple former champions in the playoff running still. So that title could be on hold later in these playoffs. We shall see. But again, shout out to Scott and shout out to Liam for stopping Scott. Somebody had to do it. It obviously wasn't me last year. I'm happy that you did it this year. Shout out to you, Liam, and good luck going forward. We will move on to our third seed, Grec, versus our sixth seed, Hobert. What a disappointing matchup this was. Grec goes like 4 weeks in a row putting up 200 plus points. And now these mother truckers put up 134.33 points this week. And the playoffs. Playoffs. Yeah, we're talking about the playoffs. And you know what? Hobert puts up, I said Hobert might have something to worry about going forward. He just got lucky that Greg didn't show up this week. He put up 159.01. And I don't say that, Hobert, I say that with the utmost respect. You're a good friend, dear friend of mine, a brother of mine. Much love to you. However, I did say last week and the weeks prior, I want to see you take that step forward. You put up 150 last week. Around that same thing, I wanted to see you overachieve. You know what I mean? I like your team, and your team can succeed. You have put up points this year. I wanted to see you take that step in the playoffs. You got lucky with Greg, and I'm very happy for you. I want you to put those points up, bro. Your team can do it. They're right there. They just don't consistently do it together. I hope it happens for you this upcoming week. Shout out to you for winning this matchup. Looking at your team here, sorry for the spiel there. I don't know why your team isn't doing it for you. It's not your fault. You built a great team. Here's the beginning. And I apologize, Hobert, I didn't look at this stuff beforehand. Devontae Parker didn't play, so you put up 159 points without Devontae Parker. Say he puts up another 10 to 20 points. That's good. That's not the step I'm looking for. I'm looking for 180, 190. Give yourself a solid chance every week to win type points. Unfortunately, he was only projected 15, so add 15 to your 159, and that gets you at right about 175, or 120, 65, whatever. Either way, doesn't matter. I don't mean any disrespect. I'm sorry. I'm just rambling. It's been a good day. But yeah, looking at your team, Rams defense, Stephon Diggs. Stephon 30.35, Rams defense 27.11. Hobert's Herbert. Remember I did that? Nobody said anything? Yeah, well, I'm doing it again. 27.92 points. Aaron Jones with an upsetting day, 13.25. Chris Godwin, 4.5, a little bit disappointing there. Curtis Samuel came to play. Mark Andrews coming back off the COVID list. Nice to see. Jared Goff with another inconsistent week. Never know where he's going every week. Looking at your bench, you left Dobbins on there. I would have started him, but, I know you will this week. I'm sure. I haven't looked, actually. I'm assuming, but that's fine. But you played pretty much your most optimized lineup there. Other than Dobbins, obviously. But again, your team was good the way it was before Devontae Parker got hurt. So, whatever, shit happens. Now looking over at Greg, let's see what happened here. The inconsistency. I don't have any freaking water either. I'm thirsty as shit. I need to learn how to edit. Yeah, one of these days. I'm working on it. But no. Leading the way on Greg's team, Dalvin Cook is always 25.5 points. Followed up by Kirk Cousins with 17.95 points. Here come the yawns. You know what I'm saying? Make sure to say you know what I'm saying. 18.81 from Deshaun Watson. Just overall disappointing day for everybody on his roster, to be honest. And you know what else is on his roster? I'm not going to go through the whole list. They all pretty much underachieved for the most part. Cam Akers was on his bench with 29.65 points. So I would like to note that Greg lost this game because they didn't start their running back. What an upsetting way to end the season, fellas. Upsetting indeed. 134.33 points plus 29.65 would be 163 and some change. That is more than 159 and some change. It's just unfortunate, you know. Shout out to Hobert. I'm happy that you got the dub, bro. Greg was talking shit. I'm glad that they weren't talking shit. That's disrespectful. They were trying to be the dark horse. And you know what, Hobert? I'll never forget that you were the dark horse rising. And it was dark horse rising when you won your championship. So, over me. Again, I've lost championships. Not losing championships. I'm not clutch. I did win my first championship in this league, so it's fine. But in my league, not the basketball league. I'm aiming for that, but not this year. Shout out to Hobert for moving on. Much love to you. Greg, better luck next year, fellas. Hopefully you guys can get the right guys in there every week. Do some tinkering. I just worried about, I probably would have started Cam Akers over Marvin Jones. I know it's, tough saying now, or easy saying now, but it's just what I would have done looking back. So, good season for you guys. You guys definitely turned on the engines. You proved me wrong throughout the season, as you'll look back if anybody looks back in the previous videos. I was giving a little heck to them early. They did have a losing streak multiple times, but they overcame. They ended up 8-5, and they overcame and took my division. I'm just losing everything. Fuck. And speaking of losing, transition period into my matchup. Fan-fucking-tastic. I can't wait to get into that with you guys as well. Yeah. Whatever. I'm not doing this with you. Number 4 seed Will versus number 5 seed Cody. Will wins 170.09 to 163.13. There's lots of things I had to say. Lots of them. First, congratulations to Will. Will put up a solid effort. What are you doing? You're not even biting me. You're just holding me. Okay, now you're biting me. Okay, I'm not doing this with you. Lay down. I fed you. Go lay down. Led the way with a stunning performance from Lamar Jackson. 39.27 points. Hello. Hey. Hey. A stunning performance by Lamar Jackson, 39.27 points. So happy. Devontae Adams, 27.5 points. Kyler Murray, 26.71 points. Alvin Kamara, 25.15 points. And some other solid performances from DeAndre Swift and Patrick. Disappointing performances from James Conner, Terry McLaurin, his defense from the Saints. His kicker put up 9 points. Awesome. Good for him. No disrespect. He did leave 31.86 points on his bench from the Washington football team defense. But other than that, he set his optimal lineup for the most part. I mean, not really. Kind of, yeah. Whatever. I mean, some other guys didn't, by 5 points, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Here's how we're feeling now. Let's look over at Cody's team. 163.13 point. Russell Wilson, 35.49. Chris Carson, 21.8. DeAndre Hopkins, 26.3. Thomas McBradius, Tampa Brady, however you want to look at it, 24.29 points. The 49ers defense, solid 15.25 points. Making a late week ad with DeAndre Washington, Kiki QT, both putting up, 9, 10 points, whatever. Robert was disappointing on Thursday, 8.35. Darren Waller, not a 47-point outing, 14.5. Will fucking Lutz. 0 points. Why did he have 0 points? Because he missed 2 field goals. 2, not 1, but 2. Dose. Field goals. 2 of them. Missed them. 3 extra points, you can hit those all day. Can't hit 2 field goals. Those 2 field goals that he missed put me at negative 3 points. 3 extra points is 1 point apiece. That puts me at 3 points total. What is negative 3 plus 3? 0. You guessed it. Way to go, class. Will Lutz put up 0 points against Will in my league. You know what my backup kicker put up? 14. Rodrigo Blankenship. Rodrigo Blankenship. I looked at it before the game started. I was like, I mean, he has the Saints defense, like, you know, Will Lutz, you know, it's Will Lutz. Let's look at Will Lutz. Yes, I'm extending this. Forgive me, I'm upset. I have another thing I'm upset about as well. We'll get there. Not at anybody, just one person, not in this league, but in the NFL. So we'll get there. Will Lutz. I should have known. He missed 2 field goals the week before. Or was it 1? No, he missed 1 the week before. Oh, it was my fault. I folded. He's gonna get cut, I'm sure, at some point. I'm not gonna read. It's just Rodrigo Blankenship. You know, Russell Gage put up 21 points. Nobody would have started him. I mean, maybe I should have started him over Kiki QT. Probably would have helped me, but whatever. But I wasn't even thinking about that. I was looking at Rodrigo Blankenship. The other person I'm upset about, officially on the never drafting ever again in life. Shut up. Okay, wait till I'm done. Never drafting again in life player. Julio Jones. Flashback. Throwback Thursday. Julio Jones. I can't remember what year it was. I needed 10 points. 10.4 points, I believe. Number 4 overall pick. My first round pick that year. Julio Jones. Obviously a poor decision looking back. Put up 4 points. Couldn't get me 10 points. My first overall pick. First round pick. Whatever. That year, Julio Jones could not get me 4 points. Or 10 points. Apologies. Could not get me 10 points. This year, comes back around. I had the 4th pick, I think. Yeah, I had the 4th pick, ironically. The 4th pick. Oh my gosh. How could I not have seen this coming? Didn't get him in the first round because I had DeAndre Hopkins. And DeAndre, shout out to you for putting up a solid outing of 23.6 points. But I come back around on the second round, and Julio's sitting there. The best receiver on the board, mind you. Could have taken Travis Kelce. But no. No. Julio's sitting there. No. Oh, no. Let's take Julio. I took Julio. You know who got fucking Travis Kelce? The guy after me. His name's Phil. He's 11-2. He's 11-2. I had Julio. You know how many games Julio played this year? I don't. Let's look. I don't care. Julio played a lot this season. More than he has in the past, I'm sure. He missed 3 games. 3 games. Might as well call it he missed 6 because 4 of them he forgot to show up. Julio! You know what Travis Kelce does? The number 1 tight end, the number 1 leading receiver in football right now. Let's go back over and look at Phil's team. Phil, your team is magnificent. I hope you guys are enjoying this because I'm having a blast. I'm so upset. I have so much to say. Where are you at? Oh, Travis, there you are. Oh, Travis, Mr. Kelce. Let's take a look at your stats here. 90 receptions, 1,250 yards, 9 touchdowns, 273.26 fantasy football points. What'd you do last week? Oh, you put up 28.6 points for the second week in a row. The exact same outing you did the week before. Awesome. Great. Let's look at Julio again. Oh, Julio. I like you as a player. I just will never draft you again. 51 receptions. 771 yards. And 3 touchdowns. 3 of them. Equating to 150.1 points. Now, some of you might be thinking, Cody, that's only like 23 or something points. Oh, no. That's not what you're thinking. Because I'm an idiot. And I forgot how many points that Travis Kelce had this year because I looked at Julio's stats. Let me take a look again. Apologies. Just so I can be refreshed. Yes, I was wrong. I apologize. Travis Kelce had 200, as I said. 273. Julio, 150. I lost 123 points by that one pick. I deserve to lose. What a meltdown. It's been like 5 minutes. I've been harping on this shit. This is the look of a defeated fantasy football commissioner that owns his own team that lost. I have other playoff teams. They all are worth more money. I'm very thankful for them. But I like to win my league. This is my baby. So, with that being said, let's just say I didn't make that Rodrigo Blankenship move, and it didn't matter. I fucked it up in the draft. Shout out to you, Phil. Shout out to you, Will. Shout out to you, Hobert and Liam. The 4 of you advancing in the playoffs. Will, we are tied 1-1 in the playoffs. This rivalry in our playoffs will continue next year. I best believe that, and I will see you then. Good luck going forward. Good luck to the other 3 of you as well. Moving on. That is my spiel for the first round of playoffs. And the way my season has gone, I probably would... Sorry, I'm not doing that to myself. Okay. Moving on. I am down to less than 10% battery. I've wasted so much of my battery trying to record this video. I haven't played any video games. I got home late. I had some great conversation with a dear friend of mine. Hope that you watched this video. I almost went viral. I would have went viral if I recorded that conversation. If she recorded that conversation, but I didn't, and it's unfortunate. It's definitely influenced me to this video because I am feeling it. All right, I'm not going to get in depth with the previews because there has been players played, and I just don't want to skew it. So I'm not going to look at the standing, or I'm not going to look at the who's in their lineups, who's played, who has it. I'm not going to do excuse me. I'm not going to do a projection because Hobert's had somebody play. I'm sure this isn't necessarily what you guys were looking for. I apologize. I just wasted 30 minutes in the last 10 harping over my poor decisions. No, but I don't feel like there's much to go through. These guys are going to set their lineups, and I just went through a full-on in-depth recap. So I'm going to do that again next week. I feel like that's more warranted. So we have number one Phil versus number 4 Will, and number 2 Liam versus number 6 Hobert in the second round of the playoffs. And just to give a little recap of the consolation bracket that nobody really is worried about, even though much love to those guys still. Hopefully setting their line. Shout out to Brandwagon with 207.34 points over Eric. Just giving him the bee's knees over there, 133.71 points. And Craig beating Dylan, 162.59 to 122.96. Shout out to Craig for getting a dub there. Yeah, so that's the consolation bracket. Yeah, so that's your recap, your preview. Who am I going to pick? I got to do my recap picks. I'm obviously ahead of myself. I'm getting a little bit tired, and I feel like I'm rushing. And I'm sorry to you guys if I am. Please call me out if I am. I need to be held accountable. And again, I'd like to before I make those picks, you must wait. I'd like to apologize again to the league for not making this my main priority and making sure this is out before Thursday Night Football. That is my fault, and will never happen again. I look forward to exceeding everybody's expectations, especially as I learn how to cut and edit and figure that type of stuff out. So with that being said, my picks for Will versus Phil. I'm picking Phil. He has Travis Kelce. After my long tangent there, I'm picking Phil because he has Travis Kelce. That's just it. Liam versus Hobert. I worry about Hobert. Excuse me. Hit that milestone that I set for him. I believe that he can. It's just his team isn't doing it. I just worry about that. And Liam is just solid all around. And even though he's coming off a couple rough weeks. I don't know. This is a pretty good matchup. I like this matchup a lot because they both can do it. Liam does it more consistently. You know what? I'm going to pick the underdog. Hobert, I'm picking you. Good luck to you. Good luck to Will and Phil and Liam as well. Look forward to doing our recap preview video for week 15 of the NFL season. Well, into 16, I guess, because this is 15 it's Thursday. But yeah, hope everybody's healthy, safe, happy, living the dream, a real dream. Yeah, if you guys need anything, have any questions, just reach out. I'm always here to help. And good luck to our 4 remaining players. And adios, amigos.